directly.
Invitations?
Look, I see Eugene Morgan's back in town.
Hello, Sam. Good evening. Eugene Morgan. Welcome to see you. Yeah, thanks. Let's go.
It's Eugene. Eugene Morgan. He's a childhood friend of mine.
Remember you very well indeed.
Isabelle.
Remember you very well indeed. Remember you very well indeed.
Isabelle.
Eugene.
Is this your boy?
Yes, George, this is Mr.
Remember you very well indeed.
George, you never saw me before in your life, but from now on, you're going to be seeing a lot of me, I hope.
I hope so too, Eugene.
Where's Wilbur?
He's off in the game room with the others. He never was much for parties. You remember?
Yes, I remember. I'll come back for a dance.
Please do.
Eugene Morgan, Major Amberson.
Remember you very well indeed.
Of course. I'd heard you'd come back to town. Are you thinking of settling down here?
I plan to, Major.
Hello, Eugene.
Yes.
Good to see you. You look terrific. Come on, let's go to the game. Let's get out.
Remember you very well indeed.
George, you don't remember her either, though of course you will. Miss Morgan is from out of town. Perhaps you might take her into the dancing. I think you've pretty well done your duty here.
Be delighted.
Nay.
Who is that?
I didn't quite catch his name when my mother presented him to me. You mean the queer-looking duck?
I mean the aristocratic duck.
That's my Uncle George, the Honorable George Amberson. I thought everybody knew him.
Looks though everybody ought to know him. Seems to run in your family.
Well, I suppose most people do. Out in this part of the country especially. Besides, Uncle George is in Congress. The family likes to have someone there.
Why?
It'll make it pleasant when any of the rest of the family want to go traveling or things like that. I myself expect to do a great deal of traveling when I leave college.
I suppose he will be too when his time comes.
Oh, is this Lucy Morgan?
Miss Morgan, Miss Sheffield, this is my aunt, Miss Fanny Minifer. And this is Mrs. Johnson, my friend Charlie's mother.
You must favor your mother, dear. I never knew her.
Hello, Lucy.
Hello, Lucy.
Hello, Lucy.
Hello.
Hello, Lucy. Lucy, could I have the next dance, please?
Oh, yes, yes.
It's Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
Lucy, my name is Edward, and I would love to dance with you.
How about one for Fred Kinney, huh?
Okay, hi, Fred.
Jeffrey.
Give me the next one. And the one after that. And give me every third for the rest of the evening.
Are you asking?
What do you mean, asking?
Well, it sounded to me as though you were just telling me to give you all of those dances.
Well, I want them.
Well, what about all of the other girls that it's your duty to dance with?
They'll have to go without. Look here. I want to know, are you going to give me those?
Good gracious. Yes.
And my name is William.
Oh, William.
Alfred.
Alfred.
I'd love to dance
Right.
with you.
And
I can't believe that fellow. He just sweeps in here and takes that girl right away.
oh, Eugene, you're so funny.
How's that for a bit of freshness?
What was?
That queer-looking duck waving at me like that.
He meant me.
Oh, you seem to know a good many people.
Papa does. You know, he used to live here in this town before I was born.
Where do you live now?
We don't live anywhere.
What do you mean you don't live anywhere?
Well, we've lived all over.
What do you keep moving around for? Is your father a promoter?
No, he's an inventor.
What's he invented?
Well, just lately, he's been working on a new kind of horseless carriage.
Look here. Who sent you those flowers you keep making such a fuss over?
What? He did.
Who's he?
The queer-looking duck.
Him? I suppose he's some old widower.
Yes, he is a widower. I ought to have told you before. He's my father.
Well, that's a horse on me. If I'd known he was your father, of course, I would not have made fun of him. I'm sorry.
Nobody could make fun of him.
Why couldn't they?
It wouldn't make him funny. It would only make themselves silly.
Well, I'm not going to make myself silly anymore then. I don't want to take chances like that with you.
Damas y caballeros, ladies and gentlemen, directly from New York and Europe, the Forbidden Dance.
Hello, young namesake. Why lingers the laggard heel of the dancer?
Oh, she's around here waiting for me somewhere.
See here, who is this fellow Morgan Aunt Fanny was dancing with?
He's a man with a pretty daughter, Georgie. Meseems you've been spending the evening noticing something of the sort. Huh?
Never mind. What sort of man is he?
Your question is purely mercenary, I take it. You want to know his true worth before proceeding further with the daughter? I cannot inform you, though I notice signs of considerable prosperity in that becoming dress of hers.
Oh, dry up. Seems awfully at home here. The way he was dancing with Aunt Fanny.
Oh, I'm afraid your Aunt Fanny's heart was stirred by ancient recollections, Georgie.
You mean she was silly on him?
She wasn't considered singular. He was popular. Do you take the same passionate interest in the parents of every girl you dance with? Hmm?
Oh, go on. I only wanted to know.
Jane Morgan.
Wilbur.
I heard that you were in town. Oh, 20 years. Makes some difference in faces, but more in behavior.
Well, my own behavior began to be different about that long ago, quite suddenly.
I remember. Well, life's odd enough as we look back.
Well, it's probably going to be odder still as we look forward. Tom, I heard you were in the conservatory dancing like an Indian.
I leave that to my boy, Fred. He's competing with young Georgie Minifer for the prettiest girl I've seen here in some time.
Those boys had a row as kids, and there's still a bitter feud between them.
And between him and others.
Does young Georgie dislike people generally?
I don't know about generally, but there's certainly a lot of people that are glad to express their opinion about him.
Oh, what's the matter with him?
Too much Amberson, I suppose, for one thing. And then for another, his mother just worshipped him from the day he was born. He acts the high tin god, yet this intelligent, high-spirited woman can't see the truth of it.
What does she see when she looks at him?
She sees an angel.
Oh, well, if she's an angel, she's a funnier woman than I thought she was.
Well, perhaps, but that's what she sees. Mothers see the angel in us because the angel is there.
Oh, you mean if a son cuts somebody's throat, then the mother can only see that it's possible for a misguided angel to act like a devil?
And she'd be entirely right about that.
Oh.
What you're saying is Isabelle is always right.
No. No. But in her mind, she always has been.
Some people might think she was wrong once, you know?
Oh, no. No, no.
Oh, my Lord. It's just like old times starting all over again.
Old times, not a bit. When times are gone, they're not old, they're dead. There aren't any times but new times.
You're here.
What are you studying in school?
College.
At the university, yes. What are you studying there?
Lots of useless guff.
Well, why don't you study some useful guff?
What do you mean, useful?
Well, something you would use later in your business or profession.
I don't expect to go into any business or profession.
No?
Certainly not.
Why not?
Take a look at him. That's a fine career for a man, isn't it? Businessmen, lawyers, politicians. I mean, what do they ever get out of life? What do they ever know? Where do they ever get?
What do you want to be?
A yachtsman. Oh, come on, come on!
George!
Come on! Excuse me! Excuse me! Out of the way! Out of the way!
Will you come again?
Excuse me.
How lovely your mother is.
I think she is.
She's the gracefulest woman. She dances like a girl of 16.
Most girls of 16 are bum dancers. Anyhow, I wouldn't dance with one unless I had to.
Ah!
Snow's fine for slaying. I'll be by for you tomorrow in a cutter at 10 after 2.
Tomorrow, I can't possibly go.
If you don't, I'm going to sit outside your gate. And if you try to go out with anybody else, he's going to have to whip me before he gets to you.
Major, thank you so much.
Eugene.
Thanks so much. Tremendous party. Pleasure to see you looking so well.
Thank you.
Are you ready, Lucy?
Good night, Mrs. Minifer.
Good night, Lucy. I hope we see much more of you.
You'd better take this scarf, Lucy, dear. Thank you, Miss Minifer. You're welcome.
Lucy?
Oh, I'm coming out, too.
Vandy, you'll catch cold.
Well, if we're gonna ride in that thing tomorrow, I want to make sure it's safe.
Good night, Isabelle.
Good night. Thank you.
Thanks. Hello.
Papa. Papa, do you think George is terribly arrogant and domineering?
Oh, he's still only a boy. There's plenty of fine stuff in him. Can't help but be. He's Isabelle Amberson's son.
You liked her pretty well once, I guess, huh, Papa?
Yes, yeah, I still do.
She's lovely. Lovely. I wonder
What?
how she happened to marry Mr. Minifer.
Oh, Wilbur's all right.
Does seem pretty much like squandering. But when you see that dog I'd walking with Miss Isabelle? Seems worth the money.
I don't know as I know how to put this, but she's kind of a delightful-looking young lady.
A poem. I am of old and young, of the foolish as much as the wise, regardless of others, ever regardful of others.
The band's gonna sound better now. It's only a minor inconvenience.
Is Miss Amberson at home?
No, sir, Mr. Morgan. Miss Amberson's not at home.
Thank you, Sam. Dear Isabelle, you seem to care a great deal about double basses. I promise never to break another.
No, sir. Miss Amberson's not at home to you, Mr. Morgan.
Thanks, Sam.
Mr. Morgan, this time she really is out with Mr. Wilbur Minifer. Yesterday they were rowboating.
Thanks, Sam.
Gentlemen, please. Mrs. Miniver will not be able to have any more children. I'm sorry. Good day.
By golly, I guess you think you own this town.
I will when I grow up. I guess my grandpa owns it now. You bet.
Pull off your vest.
Don't have to. Doctor says it ain't healthy. But I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll pull down my vest if you wipe off your chin.
Well, I'd like to know if young George Minifer isn't spoiled enough for a whole cartload of children.
Look at the girly curls. Get out of my way. Say, Bub, why'd you steal your mother's old sash? My sister stole it for me. She stole it off her old clothes on and gave it to me. I haven't got any sister. I know you have it at home. I mean the one that's in jail. I dare you to get out of that car. I'll get him, don't worry. I dare you come over here. Yeah, I dare you. Halfway here. Here I come.
Boy! Here, boy! Here, boy! Now, that'll be enough of that. You...
You stuck that you. I guess you don't know who I am.
Yes, I do know. And you're a disgrace to your mother.
You shut up about my mother.
She ought to be ashamed. A woman that lets a bad boy like you...
Pull down your vest, you old Billy Goat. You pull down your vest, wipe off your chin, and go to hell.
Pull down your vest, wipe off your chin, and go to hell.
Did you say what he said you did, dear?
Which one?
Did you tell him to go?
Listen here, Mama. Grandpa wouldn't wipe his shoe on that old storyteller, would he?
Georgie, don't.
I mean, none of the Ambersons wouldn't have anything to do with them, would they?
Come here. That's not what we're talking about.
I bet if you wanted to see any of us, you'd have to go around to the side door.
Please, Major.
No.
Yes, we would, Mama. That kind of people, I don't see why we can't say anything we want to them.
No, Georgie, those were terrible words that you used.
But he's just riffraff.
You mustn't say so. Just promise me you'll never say bad words.
I promise.
All right.
Go. Unless I get mad at somebody.
Got any sense?
Watch it now.
See here, Bub. Does your mother know you're out?
Turn down your pants, you would-be dude. Raining in dear old London. Get off the earth!
Welcome, friends of the Ace.
Welcome, friends of the Ace.
Take your seat in the secret square. We will now proceed to...
Look here, Charlie Johnson. What's Fred Kinney doing in the president's chair? Didn't you all agree I was to be president just the same, even if I was away at school?
All friends of the Ace will take their seats. I'm president of the FOTA now, George Minifer. This meeting will now proceed...
No, it won't. You put down that gavel. It belongs to my grandfather.
I was legally elected here.
All right. You're president. Now we'll hold another election.
We will not. We'll have our regular meeting and then we'll play euchre. A nickel a corner. That's what we're here for.
Who's the founder of the FOTA, if you please? Who got the janitor to let us have most of this furniture? You suppose you could keep this clubroom a minute if I told my grandfather I didn't want it for a literary club anymore? I'd like to say a word on how you members have been acting, too. If that's what you want, you can have it.
All in favor of having a new election, say aye.
Aye. All in favor of me being president instead of Fred Kinney, say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it.
I resign.
Old redhead Fred will be around next week. He'll be around bootlicking to get us to take him back in again. Now, I don't suppose there's any more business before the meeting. Anybody that's game for a little quarter-limit poker, or any limit, as they say, why, I'd like to have him sit at the president's card table.
Your face looks like... It looks like a snowflake on a lump of coal.
Perhaps you better look at the reins.
Because there's too much pink in your cheeks for a snowflake.
We're going pretty fast, Mr. Minifer.
Well, you see, I'm only here for 2 weeks.
I mean the sleigh.
I suppose your father thinks he can build a horseless carriage that can go that fast.
They go that fast already sometimes.
All of this land, 200 acres of it, my grandfather developed. He built the streets, set up statues and fountains. It's called the Amberson Addition. And that there is Amberson Boulevard.
It must be from the soot.
Somebody ought to see that these statues are kept clean.
There's so many houses around here.
My grandfather sold most of the lots. There aren't any vacant ones left. And there used to be heaps when I was a boy. A good many people built houses. Then the price of the land kept getting higher, and people sold part of their yards, and the people who bought them built houses.
Oh.
The way it used to be, it was like a gentleman's country estate. And that's the way my grandfather ought to keep it. These people do anything they want to.
But how could he stop them if he sold them the land? It's theirs, isn't it?
He ought to have all the tradespeople boycott them. All he'd have to do is tell the tradespeople that they wouldn't get any more orders from the family.
The family?
The Ambersons.
I see.
What are you laughing at now? You always seem to have some little secret of your own to get happy over.
Always? What a big word when we only met last night.
That's another case of it. One of the reasons I don't like you much is that you got this way of seeming quietly superior to everybody else.
I have?
Oh, you think you keep it sort of confidential to yourself. I don't believe in that kind of thing.
You don't?
No. I believe the world is like this. There are a few people where their birth and position puts them at the top, and they ought to treat each other entirely as equals. I wouldn't speak like this with everybody.
You mean you're confiding your deepest greed to me?
Go on, make fun of it then.
Well, if you don't like my seeming quietly superior, from now on I'll be noisily superior. We aim to please.
I had a notion before I came to get you today that we were going to quarrel.
No, we won't. It takes two.
Yeah! Go on!
When we get this far out, we can see the smoke hanging over the town. Papa says it used to be nicer here when he lived here. From the way he talks, you think life here then was just one long midsummer serenade. There always seemed to be gold dust hanging in the air. I think that the gold dust he thinks was here is just as being young that he remembers. It is pretty pleasant to be young, isn't it? I wonder if we really do enjoy it as much as we'll look back and think that we would.
You're a funny girl. But your voice sounds pretty nice when you think and talk along together like that. Hey, look at that old sewing machine.
Hey, that's Father's car. And there's your mother and Miss Minifer and Sir Amberson.
Go on, get on! Get a horse! Get a horse!
Look out, there's a ditch on the right!
Lucy! Lucy! They're all right. Snowbank's a feather bed. There's nothing the matter with them at all.
Georgie!
Oh, yeah.
Georgie! Oh, don't make the fuss. No, to see you underneath like that. Leave me alone. Let me get the snow off you.
No, leave me alone, Mother.
God, you mustn't catch cold.
Oh, no,
Mother,
Mrs.
you're embarrassing.
Stop
Stop it.
your neck.
Stop it.
George drives.
That darn horse!
I wouldn't bother about Pendennis, Georgie. He'll be home a long time before we are. Because all we've got to depend on is Gene Morgan's broken-down chafing dish yonder.
We'll go.
What?
All aboard! All aboard!
Get in the car. Get in the car.
I walked along the particle dawn with an independent air. You can hear the girls declare he must be a millionaire. You can hear them sigh and wish to die. You can see them
here. How about this man Morgan and his old sewing machine? Doesn't he want to get grandfather to put some money into it? Isn't that what he's up to? I bet he borrows money from Uncle George. He strikes me as that sort of a man.
He was a fairly wild young fellow 20 years ago. He was a lot like you, Georgie. He spent too much money. Only he didn't have a mother to get money out of a grandfather to help him, so he was usually in debt. But I believe he's done fairly well of late years, so I doubt he needs anybody's money to back his horseless carriage.
What's he got it here for then? People who own elephants don't take their elephants with them when they go visiting. What has he got it here for?
I'm sure I don't know. Why don't you ask him?
While strolling through the park one day, in the merry, merry month of May, I was taken by surprise by a pair of roguish eyes. In a moment, my poor heart was stole away.
They seem to be getting along a lot better than they did at first, those two children. They seem to always be having little quarrels of some sort at first. At least Georgie did, always being cross with her over nothing.
Cross with her, my Georgie? Why, I've never seen a more angelically amiable disposition in my life.
That's all the side of him you happen to see.
Immediately raised my hand, and finally she remarked, I never shall forget that lovely afternoon. I met her at the fountain in the park.
Would you join me in a drink, Eugene?
Oh, no, thank you, Major.
Oh, that's right, you don't. Not since a certain run-in with a double bass. Well, hardly anybody drinks nowadays. Almost. Perhaps it's just as well.
Thank you.
Things used to be livelier. The fact is, if you hadn't broken that double bass, Isabelle would never have taken Wilbur. That may be the only reason Wilbur got her. By Jove, I think she's blushing.
Who wouldn't? Well, the important thing is that Wilbur did get her. And he not only got her, he kept her.
There's another important thing. I mean, that is, for me, it's the only thing that makes me forgive that double bass for getting in my way.
What is it?
Lucy.
Here, Lucy.
For heaven's sake, what's the matter?
You're going away.
Well, I'll be back, don't you suppose?
I never could bear to see you go, that's the most of it. I'm a bit worried about your father as well.
Why?
It seems to me that he looks badly. Everybody says so.
Nonsense. He doesn't look much different to the way he's looked all his life. That I can tell.
He's been worrying about some investments, and I think that worry has affected his health.
What investments? He hasn't gone into Mr. Morgan's automobile concern, has he?
About 2 or 3 years ago, he and your Uncle George put almost everything they could get together into some stocks at some rolling mills. I'm afraid those mills haven't been doing well.
What of that? You and I will look after him. We'll build him a little stone bank out the back if he busts up, and every morning he can go and put his pennies in it, and it'll keep him just as happy as he's ever been. I look out on the campus from my many-paned window, and things are different with me from the way they were back in freshman year. I can see now how boyish I was in many ways back then. I believe what has changed me as much as anything was my visit home and meeting you. And so I sit here with my faithful Briar and dream old dreams over, as it were, dreaming of the waltzes we waltzed together and of the last night before we parted and the good news you were going to give to me there, and that I would find my friend waiting for me when I got home next summer. That telegram came this morning. It's not bad news. My father. She says I've got to go home.
Yonder is where I roomed when I was here. I don't know whether George would let my admirers place a tablet to mark the spot or not. He thinks he owns all of these buildings now, you know.
Didn't you, when you were here? Oh. Like uncle, like nephew.
Oh, I wonder if I was like that. Oh, look at the swell. You don't suppose every Anderson has to go through it, do you?
Well, at least half of it is a combination of youth and good looks and college. And even the noblest Ambersons get over their nobility, come to be people in time.
It takes more than time, though. I should say it did take more than time.
It's charming, isn't it? They're so eager and confident, all these boys. It's touching. Of course, youth doesn't know that it's touching.
Do you know what I think whenever I see all these smooth, triumphal, young faces? I always think, oh, how you're going to catch it. Yes, life is most ingenious. It has a special walloping for every mother's son of them.
Well, Maybe some of the mothers can take the walloping for them.
Not any more than she can take on her own face the lines that are bound to come on her sons.
Well, maybe times will change and nobody will have to wear lines.
Times have changed like that for only one person that I know. The serenest brow is the one that believes the most.
And what?
In everything.
I believe. I believe I do.
Isabelle, you're a foolish person. There are times when you look exactly 14 years old.
God gracious.
What will your crowd be doing after graduation?
Don't you think being things is rather better than doing things?
Rather better. And what are these things that's so superior and beautiful to be?
Oh, family and all that. Being a gentleman, I suppose.
Where have the children got to?
Yes, where is that proprietor of the universe?
Oh.
In the name of God! What does grandfather mean by doing such things?
My private opinion is he desires to increase his income by building these houses to rent.
In the name of God, couldn't he find any other way of increasing his income other than building them in the front yard?
In the name of God, it would appear he couldn't.
It's beastly! It's a damn degradation! It's a crime!
Your mother said not to tell you until we got home, so as not to spoil commencement. You rather feared you'd be upset.
Upset? I should think so!
Your mother knows you rather well. And your mother was right. Was right! Ah!
Be careful. My, it's noisy.
All this noise seems to be good for you. Perhaps you ought to tour a factory every time you get the blues.
Oh, she doesn't get the blues, George. I never saw a person with a more even disposition in my life. I wish I could be like that.
Oh, Eugene. Oh, it makes us all so happy. Dear old Eugene. Fanny, take his hand. There. Now, if Brother George were here, Eugene would have 3 of his oldest and best friends congratulating him all at once. It's just beautiful, Eugene.
You know, I used to write verse, if you remember.
Yes, I remember.
I don't recall I've written any for 20 years or so. I'm almost thinking I could do it again, just to thank you for making a factory visit such a kind celebration.
Goodness, aren't they sentimental?
People that age always are. They get sentimental over anything at all. I quite enjoyed part of that tour.
The assembly of the engine?
No. You whispering to me.
Blarney. No, don't.
Don't.
I know when you let us drift like this, it's so you can give all of your attention to proposing to me again.
Lucy. Dear, what's the matter? You look as if you were gonna cry. You always do that whenever I get to talk to you about marrying me.
Everything is just so unsettled.
Ugh! If you aren't the queerest girl, what is unsettled?
Well, for one thing, you haven't settled on anything to do. At least if you have, you've never spoken to me about it. You really don't mean to have any regular business or profession at all?
I certainly do not.
I was afraid so.
So that's it, is it? It's your father's idea that I ought to go into business and that you oughtn't to be engaged to me until I do.
No, I've never once spoken to him about it, never.
But you know, without even talking to him, that's how he feels about it.
Yes.
Lucy, don't you know that I love you?
Yes, I do.
Don't you love me?
Yes, I do.
Lucy, let me tell my mother when I get home that we're really engaged.
No,
Because of your father.
Oh, because it's better.
Isn't it your father?
It's his ideals that I'm thinking of. Yes.
I know what you mean. But I dare say I don't care for your father's ideals any more than he does for mine.
Not I.
Summer's almost gone and I've hardly seen Lucy. I miss my best girl.
Oh, we all do.
Well, Lucy's spending some time with a school friend, Major.
Eugene, I hear someone's opened another automobile shop somewhere in the suburbs.
I imagine they'll either drive you out of business, or else the two of you will drive all the rest of us off the streets.
Well, if we do, we'll even things up by making the streets 5 or 10 times as long as they are now.
And how do you propose to do that?
But isn't the distance from a center of a town that counts? It's the time it takes to get there. This town's already spreading, and automobiles are going to carry city streets clear out to the county line.
Dream on, fair son.
But if people go to moving that far, well, real estate values in the old residence part of town are going to be stretched pretty thin.
So you and your automobiles are going to ruin all your old friends, Eugene. Do you really think they're going to change the face of the land?
Oh, they're already doing it, Major. And it can't be stopped. Automobiles
are a useless nuisance.
What did you say, Georgie?
I said, all automobiles are a nuisance. They're never going to amount to anything more than a nuisance, and they had no business being invented.
Of course, you forget that Mr. Morgan makes them, and also did his share in inventing them. If you weren't so thoughtless, he might think you rather offensive.
That would be too bad. I don't think I could survive it.
Well, I'm not sure he's wrong about automobiles. With all their speed forward, they may be a step backward in civilization. It may be that they will not add to the beauty of the world, nor to the life of men's souls. I'm not sure. But automobiles have come, and almost all outward things are going to be different because of what they bring. They're going to alter war, and they're going to alter peace. And I think men's minds are going to be changed in subtle ways because of the automobile. But you can't have the immense outward changes that they will cause without some inward ones, and it may be that George is right, and that the spiritual alteration will be bad for us. Perhaps 10 or 20 years from now, if we can see the inward change in men by that time, I shouldn't be able to defend the gasoline engine, but I'd have to agree with him that automobiles had no business being invented. Well, Major, I hope you'll excuse me. I have a prior engagement, and much as I'd prefer to linger, bid you all good evening.
Good evening. Good night.
Georgie, dear, what did you mean?
Just what I said.
Oh, he was hurt.
I don't know why he should be. I didn't say anything about him. Anyway, he didn't seem hurt to me. He seemed perfectly cheerful. What made you think he was hurt?
Because I know him.
You didn't mean him, you say, Georgie? By Jove, but you're a puzzlement.
In what way, may I ask, sir?
Well, it certainly is a new way to court a pretty girl. For a young fellow to go deliberately out of his way to try to make an enemy of her father by attacking his business. That's a novel way to win a woman.
Eugene would never be anyone's enemy. He just couldn't. Last of all, Georgie's.
Well, that certainly wasn't a successful dinner.
I've come to say goodnight.
Good night. You needn't look so worried, old lady. I won't be tactless with Morgan anymore. After this, I'm just going to stay out of his way.
Darling, tell me something. Why don't you like Eugene? I've had the feeling from the very first that you never really liked him, and now I know that feeling is right. It seems so queer to me, given how you feel about his daughter.
How do I feel about his daughter?
Well, you certainly have never looked at another girl since Lucy Morgan came to town. And surely you've been best friends.
What of it?
Well, it's only that I'm like your grandfather. I can't see how you could feel so interested in a girl and not be pleasantly disposed to her father.
Well, I admit, there may be something in what you say, but the truth is, up until recently, I've only ever thought of Lucy as Lucy and Morgan as Morgan. I've never really thought of her as somebody's daughter. Probably you've got plenty of friends that don't much care for your son.
Not at all, and if I knew anyone felt like that, I would...
There, Mother. I really want to go to bed, Mother. Good night.
But, George, you would like him if you just let yourself.
Let's not talk of it anymore. Good night, old lady.
Good night.
Why, hello, George.
How do you do? I trust... I trust you had a pleasant time. I hope you're extremely...
I beg your pardon?
Nothing of the slightest importance. Good afternoon. Now, what on earth do you want? Oh, for the Lord's sake, what in the world is wrong with you?
I don't think I can stand it.
You wouldn't treat anybody in the world this way except for old Fanny. Old Fanny, you say. It's nobody but old Fanny, so I'll kick her. Nobody will resent it. And you're right. I haven't gotten anybody or anything in the whole world since my brother died. Nobody. Nothing. Nothing. I never in the whole world would have told you if I had seen that somebody else had told you or you found out for yourself in some way.
Somebody else had told me what? I'd found out what for myself?
How people are talking about your mother.
What did you say?
Of course, I understood what you were doing. It puzzled other people at first when you began to be rude to Eugene because they couldn't understand how you could behave in such a way when you were so interested in Lucy. But I knew you'd give Lucy up in a minute if it became to a question of your mother's reputation, because you said reputation is the most important thing.
What are you talking about?
Everybody knows it. Everybody in town knows that your mother has never cared for any other man in her life except Eugene. Poor Wilbur. He was the only man alive that didn't know it.
You say that they believe my mother is in love with that man?
Of course.
Just because he came over here and they went out driving?
Mm-hmm.
They think that she was in love with him before my father died.
Why, George, don't you know that's what they say? You must know that everybody in this town thinks they're going to be married very soon. God knows I'm sorry for you, George. I wanted to say so, but I'm only poor old lonely Aunt Fanny, so whatever she says, even if it's in sympathy, pick on her for it. It's only poor old lonely Aunt Fanny. Someone must have told you.
Who told you?
What?
Who told you there was talk? Where is this talk? Where does it come from? Who does it?
Why, I suppose pretty much everybody.
Who said so?
Huh.
Where did you get hold of it? Answer me!
I hardly think it would be fair to give names.
One of your most intimate friends is that mother of Charlie Johnson's. Has she ever mentioned it to you?
She may have intimated.
I say, has she ever talked about it with you?
She's a very lovely, discreet woman, George, but she may have...
I saw you two talking about it on the street. Do you deny it?
I...
Do you deny it?
No. What are you going to do, George? George! George, what are you going to do? George, where are you going?
Mr. Amberson. I mean, Mr. Minifer, I'm really delighted.
Mrs. Johnson, I've come to ask you a few questions.
Certainly anything I can do to help.
You were talking with my Aunt Fanny about my mother this afternoon.
Well, if we were discussing your mother, then it must have been a very pleasant conversation.
I don't intend to waste time, Mrs. Johnson. You were discussing a scandal that involved my mother's name.
Mr. Minifer.
My aunt said that you repeated the scandal to her.
I don't think your aunt could have said that. Well, we may have discussed some matters that have been a topic of conversation around town.
Yes, I think you may have. That's why I'm here, and that's what I intend to find out.
Don't tell me what you intend, please. And I would prefer that you keep your voice not quite so loud in this house, which I happen to own. Now, if I discuss this matter with your aunt, you can make sure that it was in the most charitable spirit, and without sharing other people's disposition to put an evil connotation on.
Other people? That's what I'd like to know about these other people.
I beg your pardon?
You said that other people talk about this?
Well, I presume they do.
How many?
What?
How many other people talk about this?
Really? This is not a courtroom, and I am not a defendant in a lawsuit.
You may be. I intend to know just who dared to say these things. Even if I have to force my way into every house in this town, I'm going to make them take every word of it back. I intend to find out the name of every slanderer who spoke of this matter to you. I mean to know.
You'll know something pretty quick. You'll know you're out in the street. Now, please to leave my house.
Oh,
Now you have done it.
What do you mean? What have I done that wasn't honorable and right? Do you think these riffraff can go around bandying my mother's name?
They can now.
What do you mean by that?
Gossip is never fatal, Georgie, until it is denied. Gossip almost never does any harm until some defender makes a controversy.
See here, I didn't come to listen to philosophy.
You asked me what you've done, and I'm telling you. People who have repeated a slander either get ashamed or forget it. Challenge them, and in self-defense, they believe everything they've said.
What do you think I'll be doing?
Nothing helpful. The more you do, the more harm you'll do.
Didn't you understand me when I told you that these people say that my mother means to marry this man?
I don't see anything precisely monstrous about two people getting married when they're both free and care about each other. What's the matter with them marrying?
It would be monstrous.
Oh, don't be so theatrical. Come back here. Georgie, you mustn't speak to your mother about this.
Get out of my way!
And I tried on this ridiculous dress. You should see it. It didn't even fit me. It's so fun. I was left popping right at the side of it.
Here you go, sir.
Seeing the look on the shopkeeper's face when I was standing
So what are you going to do?
I don't know, but we might find something.
Can I get you anything else, please?
Oh, hello. I think we might want another couple of beers.
Oh, indeed, I should. Of course. Oh, well, then I'll expect you around noon. Yes. All right, I'll see you then. Goodbye till then.
You needn't mind, Mary. I'll see who it is and what they want. Probably it's only a peddler.
Thank you, sir, Mr. George.
How do you do, George? Mrs. Minifer expects to go driving with me, I believe. So, if you'd be so kind as to send her word that I'm here.
No.
Beg your pardon? I said she...
I heard you. You said you had an engagement with my mother, and I told you no.
What is the difficulty?
My mother will have no interest in knowing that you came for her today. Or any other day.
I'm afraid I do not understand you.
I doubt if I could make it much plainer, but I'll try. You're not welcome in this house, Mr. Morgan. Not now or at any other time. Perhaps you'll understand this.
I waited lunch almost an hour for you, but you didn't come. Did you lunch out somewhere?
Yes.
Did you have plenty to eat?
Yes.
Are you sure? Wouldn't you like Maggie to get you something at the dining room, or they could bring it to you here if you think it would be cozier?
No.
Gracious, Georgie, you have been investing. It was very nice of you, Georgie. I ought to have had it framed myself when I gave it to you.
Isabelle, I'm sorry to disturb you, but I must speak to you upstairs. I don't mean to be mysterious, but recent events compel me to speak to you about a very, very serious matter.
I can guess what that was about. He's just told her what you did to Eugene.
You go on back to your room.
You're not going in there. Georgie, you get away from that door. George, you listen to me. You young girl. You come here. I will not. We're going upstairs. You're going to the top of the stairs and you're going to leave them alone for a change. Go on.
This is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. It's like squabbling at the door of an operating room. You sit down and you hush up. There. I thought you knew about everything. If I even dreamed you'd go out making a big tragedy of it all.
Look here, it seems to me you've been taking a pretty different tack.
And now, they haven't done anybody any harm. Isabelle was really a good wife to Wilbur, and she was always true to him, and I'm not doing myself a bit of good. I'm just going around and ruining them.
I suppose you think I'm doing that.
Yes. Yes, I do.
On the contrary. I'm trying to save my mother from a great calamity.
I think there's something you ought to know, George. I would leave your mother alone if I were you. I don't think she's very well.
It's nothing. It's nothing at all.
Well, she's trying to keep it from you, but she goes to a doctor regularly. You stay here. Stay here and you let them alone. Just don't go down. Let her alone.
One thing you could never doubt, beloved boy. You know I could never care for anything in the world as I care for you. Never. Never. No matter what happens. I want you to read this.
Dearest one, yesterday I thought the time had come when I could ask you to marry me, and you were dear enough to say someday it might come to that. But now we're faced Not with slander and not with our own fear of it, because we haven't any, but with someone else's fear of it. Your son's. And, oh, dearest woman in the world, I know what your son is to you, and it frightens me. I don't think he'll change. 40 can't tell 20 about this. 20 can find out only by getting to be 40. And so, we come to this, dear. Will you live your own life your way, or George's way? I'm saying too much for wisdom, I fear. But oh, my dear, won't you be strong? Such a little, short strength it would need. Don't strike my life down twice, dear. As this time I've not deserved it.
The worst of it is, he thinks he's been such a hero. And Isabelle does too. She goes about overseeing the packing and pretending to be perfectly cheerful about what he's making her do. And all the while, it's almost killing her. What he said to your father. Now, you must come and see me. After they've gone, of course. I'll go crazy if I don't see something of people. Oh, I'm sure you'll come and see me as often as you can. I know you too well to think you'll be sensitive about being reminded of George. You're much too well balanced to let anything affect you deeply about that. Oh, that monkey. Where's your father? I should say goodbye to him before I go. He's just stepped out, I'm afraid.
Good afternoon, Mr. Miniver. Mr. Johnson.
Hello, Susanna.
Hello, Charlie.
How are
How's
you?
your mother?
Oh, she's the same.
Well, I hope she's on the mend.
Well, we hope so, too. Yeah, the doctor's in to see her.
Oh, well, that's good. Look what I bought instead.
That's lovely. Gift for yourself.
Hello, George.
Lucy, I want to tell you something.
Well, I hope it's a lively something then. Papa's been so glum today, he's scarcely spoken to me. I'd be glad if you'd tell me a funny story.
Well, I may seem one to you. To begin with, you went away and you didn't even let me know. Not a word, not even a line.
I know, I just trotted off for some visits.
Well, at least you could have said something.
Why, no. Don't you remember, George? We'd had a terrible quarrel and hadn't spoken to each other all the way home from a long, long drive, and... Well, as we couldn't play together like good children, of course it was plain that we oughtn't to play together at all.
Play?
Yes. Oh, what I mean is that, well, we'd come to the point where it was time to quit playing. Whatever we were playing.
At being lovers, you mean, don't you?
Something like that. It was absurd.
It needn't have been.
No, it couldn't help but be. The way I am and the way you are, it could never have been anything else.
Well, this time I'm going. That's what I wanted to say. I'm leaving tomorrow night indefinitely.
Well, I hope you'll have ever so jolly a time.
I don't expect to.
Well, then if I were you, I don't think I'd go.
Lucy, this is our last walk together.
Evidently, if you're leaving tomorrow night.
Lucy, this may be the last time I'll ever see you. In my life.
Well, you're not going away, are you, to live?
No.
No, and even if you were, well, you'd be back for visits.
I don't know when I'm coming back. Mother and I are leaving tomorrow night on a trip around the world.
Your mother's going with you?
Good heavens! Doesn't it make any difference to you that I'm going?
Of course. Will you be gone long?
I've made no plans at all for coming back.
Ooh, that does sound like a long trip. Will you be traveling all the time, or will you stay in one place? See, I think it would be just lovely to-
Lucy! I can't stand this any longer. I can't stand this! Ah! I'm just about to walk into this drugstore here and ask the clerk to give me something to stop me from dying in my tracks. It's quite a shock.
What is?
To see how much you've cared for me. To see how much of a difference this makes to you.
Oh, George. George, surely you don't want me to do pathos on a downtown corner.
I can't stand this any longer. Goodbye, Lucy. It is goodbye. I think it's goodbye for good.
Goodbye. I hope you'll have the most splendid trip. Give my love to your mother. Please, let me have a few drops of aromatic spirits of ammonia in a glass of water.
Yes, ma'am. For gosh sake, miss.
Are you all right, Lucy?
My dearest George, thrilled by your news. I'm so looking forward to your visit. Dear, dear Fanny, we are so happy to have George with us. Dear Father, what fun to be in Venice with Uncle George. I wish you were here with us. I trust this finds you well. I miss you, Isabelle. Dear Frank Bronson, we've offered prayers here today for Father's health. Fanny, my dearest, how we all wished you had been here with us. I shall be so sad to see George go. This has been a good holiday for you, dear.
Oh, I suppose so. Why?
It's pleasant for people my age to know that people your age realize they're happy.
People your age? You know, you don't precisely look like an old woman, Mother.
No. I suppose I feel about the same as you do inside. But time really does fly. Perhaps it's more like the smoke and sky.
What do you mean? Time being like the smoke and sky.
I mean, the things that we have and that we think are so solid, they're like smoke. And time is like the sky the smoke disappears into. You know how a wreath of smoke curls up from a chimney and it seems all thick and black and busy against the sky as if it were going to go on forever and do such important things. And you see it getting thinner and thinner. And then in such a little while, it isn't there at all. Nothing is there but the sky. The sky just keeps on being the same forever.
I don't see much resemblance between time and the sky. But I do see why you like Lucy Morgan so much. You do talk the same wistful, moony way sometimes.
I do.
I don't mean to say I minded in either of you, because I quite like to hear it. Anyway, I've got a lot to read while you romance. Au revoir, madame.
Au revoir.
Welcome back.
I wonder if history's going on repeating itself forever. Here's the Amberson mansion again, only it's your father who's built this one now. Oh, you're pretty refreshingly out of the smoke up here.
Yes, until it comes up and we have to move out farther.
No, somebody else will move out farther. You'll stay here. I found Isabelle as well as usual, only I'm afraid as usual isn't particularly well.
What do you mean by that?
I'm afraid she hasn't been really well for several years. She's rather alarmingly short of breath for a slender person. Of course, she makes nothing of it, but it seemed rather serious to me. I told her I thought she ought to make George let her come home.
Let her? Does she want to?
Well, she doesn't urge it. George seems to like the life in Paris. He's quite a swell. But in spite of anything she said, I know she does want to come. She'd like to be with Father, of course, but I think she's... Well, she intimated one day that she feared she wouldn't get to see him again. I thought at first she was referring to his age and feebleness. Later, it struck me she was actually thinking of her own state of health.
I see. And you say he won't let her come home?
Oh, I don't think he uses force. He's very gentle with her. I doubt if the subject is mentioned between them. And yet, knowing my interesting nephew as you do, wouldn't you think that was about the way to put it?
Knowing him as I do? Yes. Yes, I should say that is about the way to put it.
Elle est très malade. Il me semble que vous devriez la ramener en Amérique. Elle se sentira mieux chez elle.
It's changed. It's changed.
Well, you mean the town? You mean the old place has changed, don't you, dear?
Yes.
It'll change to a happier place now that you are back in it. Oh, dear? I'm going to get well again.
When are they gonna let me speak to my daughter? They told me to stay out of the way when they carried her in. Said it might upset her. I wish they'd let me go in there and speak to her. I think she wants to see me.
Jay, you must get something to eat. I know she'd want you to. I have things ready in the kitchen. I know she'd want me to. You'd better go on down.
I don't want anything to eat. God, I never thought this thing the matter with her could ever be so serious.
Mr. George will be right down, Mr. Moreland, sir.
Thank you, sir. I've come to see your mother, George.
I'm sorry. No.
Not this time, George. I'm going up to see her.
The doctor said she has to be kept quiet.
Well, I'll be quiet.
I don't think you should, Eugene. The doctor said she's...
Fanny's right, Jean. Why don't you come back later? All right.
Did you get something to eat?
Yes, Mother.
All you needed.
Yes.
Are you sure you didn't catch cold coming home?
I'm all right.
Oh, good. Oh, it's sweet. So sweet.
What is?
I get to feel my hand on your cheek. I can feel it. I wonder if Eugene and Lucy know we've come home.
I'm sure they do.
Did he ask about me?
Yes, he was here.
Is he gone?
Yes, he's gone.
I should like to have seen him. Just one.
George. George, you startled me. I could hear you walking up and down in your room. You're at it almost every night. I know your mother would want you to rest.
I wanted to tell you once more that what I did was right.
What?
About everything. I think she was happy in her life, and it is my only consolation. She had a good husband, and all the comforts and luxuries that anybody could have had. Do you deny that what I did was right?
I don't pretend to judge, Georgie. I know you think what you did was right.
What else was I to do? How else could I protect her from the talk?
Die down before long.
If I hadn't acted as I had, that slanderous old Mrs. Johnson would still be slandering my mother today.
No, she's dead.
Okay, one of the others, they would have.
No, things are so changed, Georgie. The other people, one hardly knows what's become of them.
You mean to tell me that if I just let things go on, it would all turn out fine?
I'm not saying so.
You're afraid to. It's not all my responsibility! If you were so sure that you were wiser than I, you could have stopped it.
No, Georgie. No one could have stopped you. You were too strong.
And what?
She loved you too well.
Must be in the sun. Wasn't anything here but the sun in the first place. And the earth came out of the sun. We came out of the earth. So whatever we are, we must have been in the sun. We go back to the earth that we came out of. The earth will go back to the sun that it came out of. Time means nothing. Nothing at all. So in a little while, we'll all be back in the sun. Together. I wish.
Did you want anything, Grandfather?
What?
Would you like a glass of water?
No. I don't want anything. I wish somebody could tell me.
This is the last will and testament of Major George Amberson. I, Major George Amberson, being of sound mind and body, do hereby declare, as I am a gentleman, that the following expresses my true desire and sincere wish for those of my family as named herein. And also I hereby bequeath those items as mentioned hereafter, the said items being rightfully due from myself, George Amberson.
So much for the great Amberson estate. I guessed it. As an expert on prosperity, my career is disreputable. But as a prophet of calamity, I deserve a testimonial banquet. Oh, we'll survive, Georgie. You will, especially. I'm a little too old and too accustomed to falling back on somebody else for supplies to start a big fight with life. But an ex-congressman can always be pretty sure of getting a consulship. I'll live pleasantly enough. A pitcher of ice under a palm tree. And I'll manage to send you $50 every now and then.
Yes, I can appreciate that they're all fine objects, but I'm afraid at this time that's going to be my best offer. You understand? Yes, I understand. The market. Yes, of course. Did you sign here? Certainly. That's fine. Thank you very much. Right this way. Thank you. I think I know my way downstairs. As you wish. Thank you. Have a pleasant afternoon.
Forgive me. Forgive me.
Porter, please. I may not see you again, Georgie. It's an odd way for us to be saying goodbye. One wouldn't have thought it, but here we are, two gentlemen of elegant appearance in a state of prostitute. We can't ever tell what will happen at all, can we?
Please take my dog.
Once I stood where we're standing now to say goodbye to a pretty girl. Only it was in the old station before this one was built. Called it the Depot. I was wild about her, and we were to be married. But she had to go abroad first, and when we came to say goodbye to each other, we knew we wouldn't see each other again for almost a year. Well, I thought I couldn't live through it. I don't even know where she lives now, or if she is living. If she ever thinks of me, she probably imagines I'm still dancing in the ballroom at Amberson Mansion.
Whiskey twice.
Life and money both behave like loose quicksilver in a nest of cracks. And when they're gone, you can't tell where or what the devil you did with them. I believe I'll say now, I've always been fond of you, Georgie. But I can't say I've always liked you. But you've received a pretty heavy jolt, and you've taken it pretty quietly, and with my train coming into the shed, you'll forgive me for saying there have been times when I thought you ought to be hanged. But I've always been fond of you, Georgie. And now, I like you. And just for a last word, there may be somebody else in this town who's always felt about you that way, fond of you, I mean. You might try to, hello, I must run.
All aboard!
I'll send back the money as fast as they pay me. So, goodbye. God bless you, Georgie.
tomorrow will be in our new home, Georgie. And I'll make a nice home for you, even out of a 3-room kitchenette apartment. You'll see. It'll be good to be among nice people, people who know who we are.
It's about this new apartment that I wanted to speak.
What?
I'm sure it's just what you like, but I've decided on another arrangement for myself.
You're going to leave me in the lurch.
Get up, Aunt Fanny.
I can't. I'm too weak. You're going to leave me in the lurch.
For heaven's sake, get up. Stop sitting with your back against the
No,
stove.
it's not hot. It's cold. We ran out of coal a long time ago. I wouldn't mind if it was hot. I wouldn't mind if it had burned me.
Get up, come on.
No.
I'd be a burden on you. I'm to get $8 a week. You'd be paying more of the expenses than I would.
I'd be paying.
Certainly you would. You'd be using more of your money than you should.
My money? I got $28, that's all.
Until the interest is due again.
No, there's no interest because there's no more principal.
But Uncle George said you had more money. Uncle George said you had enough money to fall back on. He said you lost more money you should in the headlight company, but that's all right.
I lost it all. It seemed a sure way of making a fortune out of a little bit of money.
Good Lord, did you have to wait till now to tell me?
I couldn't tell it till I had to. It wouldn't have done any good. Nothing does any good in this old world. I tried to be practical. I was trying to look for a place for us to live. I knew you didn't want me. I knew it. But I knew you shouldn't be left alone in this world. I knew your mother would want you to be looked after and have a home. I walked my heels down looking for a place for us to live. I did. I walked all over this town. I wouldn't take a streetcar no matter how tired I got because I didn't want to spend 5 cents. And now you wanted to leave me in the lurch. You want to leave me in the lurch.
Here it is, our civic history, sir, the latest version. Please let me know if you need anything else.
Lucy? Lucy? Lucy?
Look out!
What do you get out of the way?
Look out! Look out!
Get out of the way!
Look out!
Oh, God!
want me to send you to a private hospital?
No! Take me to the city hospital.
One, two,
I get started. He was just standing right in the middle of the road. That's right. I saw it.
We all saw it.
Go back. I couldn't stop quickly. Give me some space, please. Stand back. Stand back. Oh, but just move.
Some would call it progress. I call it shame.
Well, those darn machines shouldn't be allowed on the street as far as I'm concerned.
Funny what he says to the little cuss that done the damage. That's all he did call him. Nothing else at all. The cuss that broke both his legs for him, God knows what all.
What was it?
Riffraff.
What's the prognosis?
We don't know yet. It's critical.
Nurse.
Do you want something?
There's nothing in this family business. Even George Washington. It's only something in a book.
I'll not go home now, Harry. Drive to City Hospital.
Yes, sir. Miss Lucy's there. She said she expected you'd come there before you went home.
She did. I suppose Mr. Minifer must be pretty bad.
I understand he's liable to get well, though, sir.
Fanny?
Oh, he's right here. He's down real cool here. Fine.
You must have thought my mother wanted you to come here so that I could ask you to forgive me.
No. Just to take your hand.
Dearest Isabelle, your boy was hurt a few days ago in a street accident. Run down by an automobile. At first, I thought I wouldn't go to see him at the hospital, but of course I did. I thought it would be hard not to be bitter. But I found it was easy. He looked so much like you, dearest one. As I came in, he said, "You must have thought my mother wanted you to come so you could ask me to forgive you." Lucy sat beside him, radiant. But for me, another radiance filled the room. And I knew that I had been true at last to my true love. And that through me, you had brought your boy under shelter again.
How could we decipher the meaning of love? Where's the password? Where's the hidden clue? Where does love come from? What is the mystery? Why do we feel love is so taboo? And how could we be blamed if we